Back at it, boom and crash liquidity concepts, and today we'll be addressing consolidation highs liquidity, right? So what exactly are consolidation highs, and what is a consolidation? A consolidation involves price, right, staying in one range. It's when price identifies a high and a low, and they do not break those swing highs and swing lows, right? So if you want to learn more about ranges, just go check out episode 4 of the BCC. I'll link the video on the top right, so check it out. So there resides liquidity above consolidation highs, right? And price consolidates to gather orders, and these orders can be buy or sell limits or buy or sell stops, right? And as a trader, you need to learn to identify or recognize this phenomenon. So this is how we're gonna address consolidation highs liquidity. We're gonna go in this manner. We're gonna begin with crash 300, 500, crash 1000, crash boom 300, 500, and 1000 respectively. Okay, so let's start with the first crash 300. Hey guys, I want you to go on X or Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, right? Just go search capitaltrader23 and then give us a follow, and make sure to check out our content. We upload really great tips, ideas there. We tend to put up live trade forecasts, so just check it out. You won't regret it. For the most, we're just posting trading tips. We'll just review the videos that we post, and we expect you to do the same on our Twitter too. So just go check it out. We put up tips on how to become a successful trader. Obviously, we are posting from experience, so it's really important that you guys go check out that thread and just give it a love, give it a retweet, anything just to appreciate. So I'll be looking for your follow. Yeah, let's get to crash 300. And remember, for all these examples, we are going to be utilizing 30 minutes chart, right? So let's start with the first of 3 of crash 300. So when we talk about a consolidation, we mean when price is identifying, firstly, we identify a swing high, right? And then we identify a swing low, right? So when price keeps on going, failing to break the swing high, and then it keeps failing to break the swing low, and it continues in this sideways format, we call it a consolidation. And usually when these consolidations are formed, they tend to create liquidity, and liquidity can be found on top of these highs or on top of this consolidation range. So now what we want to see is, we want to see if price is gonna break these highs at a later stage, right? Because there resides liquidity above these highs. So that's exactly what happened here. We had price consolidating for some time and then pushing to the upside by breaking these consolidation highs. So that's how price tends to run over liquidity over consolidation. Second example, before price is dropping, right? And then when price is dropping, they left a fair value gap here. So that's why we named it the M30 fair value gap. So at a later stage, when price reaches some level, we want to see if they're going to go back on this 30 minutes fair value gap. So if you want to know what a fair value gap is, just check out episode 2 of the boom and crash capitalizer BCC. I'll link the video on the top right there. So we had price forming the swing high and the swing low, and then we had price going inside motion and not breaking those highs. So as it was doing that, we were forming this consolidation highs liquidity. So you want to see if price is gonna break these highs and then reach into this fair value gap. So that's what they did here. They broke the highs while attempting to reach into the fair value gap. They didn't really get to it, but they were close to it. So that's how they broke, and they broke these highs and to try to reach for liquidity. So let's look at the third example. We had this low down here, then this high over here. So we want to see if price is gonna go up, and when it goes up, we have this M30 bullish combined candles propulsion block. And if you want to learn about combined candles propulsion block, we offer that in our private mentorship. Just DM us on Instagram or on any social media platform that you find us in at Capital Trading, right? So when we talk about propulsion blocks, we want to see if the definition is the last candle after prices that test an order block that has been the last up close candle that price had used to test an order block, right? So we wanted to see if they're gonna break this consolidation and then reach into that propulsion block. So that's exactly what happened here. So we had them going up and then returning into this bullish order block, and then push into the upside into the bearish propulsion block, right? So that's how you would identify liquidity on crash 300. Jump into crash 500. So for crash, we had price dropping, right? As it was dropping, we had this last up close candle, which was the bearish order block. So you want to see if price is gonna break this consolidation where we had this high and this low being formed and price moving sideways. Want to see if they're gonna break this consolidation's highs and then reach into that bearish order block. That's what they did here. They eventually went down into this bullish order block and then pushed to the upside until they reached the 30 minutes bearish order block. So let's look at the second example. For this one, we had crash 500 forming this range low, range high. Then this was a consolidation. Then we had old highs above here. So we want to see if they're gonna reach into break these highs and then reach into these old highs. And that's what they did here. They broke this old consolidation highs and eventually reached into these old high, right? So that's what they did. Let's look at the last example. We had price consolidating here for some time, consolidation low, consolidation high. So we had them consolidation for some time here. So we want to see if they're gonna break these highs and these old high, right? So that's what they did here. They broke this consolidation high, so this movement also breaking this old high, right? So price tend to remember old highs. So we need to take note of old highs all the time. Now let's look at crash 1000. So we had price consolidating after forming this high, low consolidation, right? Moving to the side. So we had this old high above here. So you want to see if they're going to break these consolidation highs and then reach into that old high. And that's what they did. they broke this consolidation highs liquidity and then continued to the upside to reach into this old high. Let's look at example number 2. Price was consolidation for a long time over here, forming highs, forming lows, and they were ranging in those between this high and this low, right? So what you want to see, if price is gonna break that, and we had price pushing to the upside and breaking out of this consolidation. So that's what price did, right? So the third example, so we had price consolidating here, right? We had this old high and then we had this old low. So price was ranging between these consolidation points. Then eventually price broke this old high and spiked to the upside. So that's how you look at consolidation highs liquidity on crash instruments. Now let's jump into boom. The first boom instrument we're gonna look at is boom 300. So for boom 300, we had price dropping for some time now, and then we had price going up, but it reached this point where it was going up, down, and they went breaking this range that it had formed, right? But if we look back, we'll see this last up close candle. So we managed to identify it as the bearish order block on the 30 minutes. So we had price now reaching into that bearish order block, but when they did that here, they broke our consolidation highs liquidity. So that's what we wanted to see. So that's what happened when price consolidates. They break old highs. So we have this range low and then range high. So we had price consolidating in this range for some time, and then we have this old low. So price formed this old low, and let's see how it's gonna react to it. We broke out this old high, not old low, old high, and then we went into some consolidation. So we have the last example. So we had price consolidating in this range. Then we have this old high being formed. So as price was consolidating, we had this bullish order block. So price went up and then dropped into this bullish order block and then went up. And then we formed this last down close candle. We call it the bullish propulsion block. So price did reach into this once, twice, 3 times, 4, 5 times, right? So we want to see the reaction when it reaches that. So on the 6th time, price did spike to the upside to reach into the old highs, also our target here, which is the consolidation highs, right? We are on Instagram. On Instagram, just go search as Capital Trading BW or just Capital Trading, and then give us a follow. Hit that follow button, and not just that, make sure to add us to your favorites, right? Add us to your favorite list so that you don't miss any notification when we put up a post. And we do put up good stuff. We put up good content there. So we expect you to go follow our Instagram. Just check it out. Read our bio and just check out our post. We put up setups before and after. We also put up our promo content there. So if there's something that you don't want to miss out, is stuff that we put up, because who knows, maybe you might be interested in something that we had put up on Instagram. So check it out. Now let's focus on Boom 500. So for Boom 500, we had price dropping, and as it dropped, we formed this last up close candle. So at some point, you're gonna want to see if price is gonna reach into this last up close candle, which is the bearish order block, and maybe push price to the downside. But before it did that, we identified this range here. So that's what we did. We managed to identify this consolidation, and then we wanted to see if price is going to reach into this consolidation highs and into this bearish order block and then continue to drop to the downside. And that's what they did here. They reached into our consolidation highs and then dropped to the downside heavily. The second example, we had price consolidating after dropping. Before it dropped, we had this old high, and then price dropped and then formed this consolidation, which now we had this last down close candle. So we wanted to see if price is going to reach into this bullish order block and then push to the upside to target our consolidation highs and these old high. So that's what price did. We happened to spike to the upside and then reach into the consolidation highs, liquidity, also this old high above here. So we had price dropping for some time on Boom 500. Then at some point it paused by ranging. As it was ranging, it was consolidating. But as it consolidated, we had this last down close candle. We had price reaching into it, and then we want to see if it's going to spike up to reach into this consolidation highs. It did, but then eventually reached into these old highs above here. So that's what price did. Into Boom 1000, our first chart. So we had this price spike into the upside and then starting now to range in this consolidation. So when price was consolidating, it was forming these equal highs liquidity. So what price do is it tries to reach into these equal highs, and they eventually did that, then continued to the upside. Let's look at the second example. We had price right here forming this old high, also ranging. It had this old low, old high, but it never broke them. So what we want to see is they utilize this combined candles, bullish order block, right, and to stay in above this liquidity or above this bullish order block, right? So price then spiked to the upside to reach into the consolidation highs liquidity, also the old high, all right. So that's what price did. Now let's look into the last example. So we had price dropping and then pushing to the upside, but as it pushed to the upside, we had this old low, this old high. So we wanted to see if price is gonna reach into this old consolidation highs and then up into the bearish order block and then maybe continue to drop into the downside. So that's what they did. They broke our consolidations highs liquidity and then reached into the bearish order block and then continued dropping heavily and massively to the downside. So that will be all for now. So see you on the next and last episode. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.